I'm talking about all the way to the top. Yeah, I'm justifiably in a position that I'd rather not be in, but the cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah. Bros before elbows, yeah, has got more to offer than President Jack Tunney thinks that I got. Yeah, and let me tell you something right now. Cards stacked against the Macho Man Randy Savage in WrestleMania 3. Let me say it, yeah, let me say it loud. And let me point to the President of the World Wrestling Federation. Bros before elbows is not happy with your decision. Yeah, and I'm the cream in the World Wrestling Federation, and there's no doubt about it. Yeah, you mean Gene Okerlund. You know that I'm the cream of the crop.
You know, just out of curiosity, Randy, I certainly don't want to diminish your tremendous God-given talents, but I'm very curious. I haven't seen Bros Before Elbows lately.
Yeah, Bros Before Elbows on the outside of the ring. Does Bros Before Elbows interfere in matches? Yeah, nothing. Zero. Pure athlete. Yeah, and I'm the, malign from the top to the bottom, and because they can't handle the Macho Man Randy Savage, the cream of the crop, nobody does it better.
Yeah, oh man, your voice must be killing you right now. Welcome to the 1-year anniversary episode of Bros Before Elbows.
Yeah!
With your hosts, Anthony and Tommy Masano. Anthony out in Portland, Oregon. Me out in Phoenix, Arizona. Anthony just killing that Macho Man WrestleMania 3 promo on the intro, man. It's been a while, man. What's going on?
Ooh, okay, quick couple recaps here. Let's see, I climbed a mountain a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
And that was really hard. That was the South Sister Mountain, the third highest mountain in Oregon. Elevation of 10,368 feet.
Okay, so you just do number 1 and number 2 then.
Exactly. If I want to climb a mountain again, that was the hardest freaking thing I have ever done in my entire life. Oh my goodness. But it was actually one of the most rewarding things I have ever done. So I was very, very happy with myself in my abilities to push myself to climb a mountain. So that was super cool. Been working at the studio a lot. In fact, I'm featured on a couple of songs doing some voiceover work for a rapper named Luciferi.
Luciferi, okay. So go Google Luciferi right now, everyone.
Yeah, check him out. He's an excellent, fun dude. His raps are super cool, I think. Spanish rap. You know, there's people out there that love that. I think it's cool.
Okay.
The guy's super rad. I don't know. I had a fun time, man. It's one of the first things he says to me. He's like, you like Spanish rap? And I was like, well, yeah, man, cool.
Did you ask him if he likes pro wrestling?
I think I did bring up something about it. But he was a super cool guy. But either way, man, he needed some voiceover work done, and I jumped in, and I'm featured in some rap saying the word macabro.
Okay. Your next bullet point.
Let's see.
I'm putting you on the spot. It's Halloween week. You've been married for 2 months. You have an awesome dog named Ollie. You have an awesome wife named Liz. And yeah.
Yeah, life is good, man. Life is good.
Good, man. Halloween week. My kids are psyched about it. Quick costume rundown. I'm a Ghostbuster. Little Tommy's a Ninja Turtle. Leonardo. Dominic is an Angry Bird, Green Bad Piggy, and little Phoebe is Rapunzel from the Disney movie Tangled. Whew.
Oh, so my goodness, man.
Yeah, I got that. So it's got a whole crew, and my wife, Crystal, is a Greek goddess. So just top that off, whole family of costumes things ready to go on. So super stoked for Halloween.
Man. That's super cool.
So super stoked for that.
That's super cool, man. I'm playing a show Friday night at the Alberta Street Pub in I think that's Northeast Portland.
Northeast Portland, okay.
And man, it's gonna be fun, dude. Costume contest. I'm going as a skeleton. The Goldfoot crew is going as skeletons,
And it's going to be fun, man, doing a costume contest. We're actually going to have cash prizes, which is going to be cool.
Nice, dude.
So it's going to be super fun, man. We're going to try to pack the place. So yeah, dude, that's what my weekend pretty much looks like, and your weekend seems pretty packed and full. And are you gonna go to the neighborhood that we grew up in?
I will. We're gonna be stop by our mom and dad's house briefly after school. After we pick up Dominic from school, go a little trick or treating there. Then go to our friend's house, do trick or treating in their neighborhood, and then come back to our house and hand out some candy. So super stoked, super busy tomorrow, but or Friday or whatever day Halloween is. But yeah, man, should be fun. Should be fun.
Cool.
And man, so 1 year of the Bros Before Elbows podcast, man. It's been a year. Things have changed in 1 year.
Oh my gosh, it is. Thinking back, it has been a wild, crazy ride, man.
Mm-hmm.
And just the funny characters we've encountered, man. Especially the people that we met. I know we'll get into that a little bit later, but man, 1 year, man, we've done it. The show is 1 year old.
It's live. It's kicking. It's eating some cake. It's doing good, man. It's crawling. It's walking now, almost, man. It's dude, we got the good website going. YouTube, Facebook, logos, podcast feeds, all that good stuff, man.
Man, it is
so cool.
It's all coming together. It's all there, and so I'm really looking forward to the future, man.
Yeah, man. It should be fun, man. It should be fun. A lot of good stuff going on in wrestling, dude, and I think it should be fun.
Yes, the cream will rise.
Dude, that sounded killer, man. I can't believe you. I thought you didn't take a breath for like a good 90 seconds.
Dude, you gotta harness your inner macho man.
Yeah, dude, he definitely. He would be proud, man. He's not gonna elbow drop you tonight.
I was gonna elbow drop you from outer space.
I heard, man. Your spacesuit, man. You should be a spacesuit. It's astronaut skeleton.
I'd be
You'd
so
be extremely hot. You'd be extremely hot. You suffer from dehydration.
Oh my gosh, the morph suits are really like those aren't. It's not really like a breathable material at all.
Isn't it like just like a coverall? Doesn't it cover like everything?
Everything. You're just like You're just a suit. Like there's no face, there's nothing. It covers your head, so you're like Blue Man Group only.
Can you see out of it?
No, you're completely blind. No, dude, of course you can see out of it. That'd be terrible.
It looks very like I don't know. It looks kind of thick.
It is pretty thick, but yeah, I guess you can see it. I don't know. I haven't put it on. I had to get a new one. I had to get a new costume.
What do you wear under it? Or do we want to know?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. Underwear, I guess. I don't.
Wait, quickly. What's Liz gonna be? Is she gonna be anything?
She is, but she hasn't figured it out yet.
Oh, okay.
She's got like 2 days.
Teaser for the next episode. Okay.
Ooh, I wonder.
And speaking of teasers and speaking of significant others, let's talk about our new sponsor we just partnered with, the Bros Before Elbows, and our new sponsor.
Yeah, this episode, of course, of the Bros Before Elbows Pro Wrestling Show is brought to you by our friends at tagmeadate.com. Wrestling night just became date night. So check this out. Wrestling fans can enjoy. Wrestling fans can rejoice.
And they can enjoy.
Absolutely, with a brand new revolutionary dating website for you, the wrestling fan. To the single guys and gals, hey, sign up today, and your first month is actually free. So
that's awesome.
You have to go to check. You have to check out tagmeadate.com. That is tagmeadate.com.
Super cool, man. Super cool. And I don't know if we have a question today. Last episode we skipped the question of the day, but Rock and Ricky Gibson totally. So this is kind of like a carryover. But two of the main characters in WWE right now, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. It kind of harkens back to the first episode where we kind of played Music Makeover and we asked what would our entrance music be. So if you could pick any song in music history to give to Dean Ambrose as his entrance music, what would it be? And the same with Seth Rollins. Think about it. We both love music. So let's bless Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins with some copyrighted music that the WWE has to open up the checkbook for.
Yeah, and actually pay for.
Pay for those rights. Yeah, few and far rarely. Undertaker got it when he had the Kid Rock song, and CM Punk always got cool stuff. So why not? We can dream. Oh, that's okay. CM Punk in it.
Cult of personality.
This time last year when we were recording our other episodes, we actually heard that on Raw like every week, man. CM Punk would come out every week. How times have changed. So you're out of the Raw loop, I hear, man.
Man, just thinking about it, dude. Over the course of our year's show, Punk was.
We've seen a lot, man. Think about last year, man. The Shield was together. Daniel Bryan was chasing Randy Orton for the title. CM Punk was who was he feuding with? Paul Heyman, I think.
He was.
Yeah.
That's right. That was the last thing
Brock
that
Lesnar.
happened.
Yeah. In October of last year, I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to think of last Hell in the Cell because they just had Hell in the Cell this year on Sunday. So
yeah, that was CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar, Hell in the Cell, and then he beat up Paul Heyman on the top of the cage.
oh
man, crazy! So yeah, dude, we saw the end of our show has witnessed the end of the Punk era.
Yeah, end of the Punk era. No, beginning of the era of the Authority, and Seth Rollins leading the Authority. So just to catch up on Raw real quick, a big angle in Raw is the Authority and Randy Orton. He defied the Authority on Monday night because he lost to John Cena at Hell in a Cell in a Hell in a Cell match. Obviously pissed, and he's had enough of Seth Rollins being like the golden child with the Money in the Bank briefcase, because Seth Rollins still has the Money in the Bank briefcase. So he was yelling, getting all Randy Orton-like, and then just out of nowhere, he RKO's Seth Rollins.
I hear voices in my head, and they say to RKO Seth Rollins, yeah.
Basically, that was a nod to Creed and Scott Stapp right there.
Oh my goodness, man! The syllables actually worked quite well in that melody. By the way, side note: speaking of Randy Orton, have you seen Newsflash? Have you seen the vines of random RKOs, like people falling down, being RKO'd?
I've seen some brutal, man. I saw some guy like on a BMX bike, like on top of like stairs. Like it was like at least like 15 like rungs of stairs, and he fell flat faced. They did a Randy Orton thing of it, and then like a guy, I thought he was like dead. I don't know. He just like was walking, and he slipped on a concrete and just like totally biffed it. And Randy Orton RKO's him out of nowhere. So good, man.
I just think the funniest thing to me out of all this, and we'll get back to the Raw recap here in just a moment. But one of my favorite things about those vines is just seeing Randy Orton do his little snake crawl. Because he's like super small, then he gets really big, and then he does the RKO, and then his face changes like once or twice. So it's this very like,
it's very crude like animation, but it's so good, dude.
It's so freaking awesome. I saw one of Triple H hitting this dude on a diving board with a steel chair, and it makes the sound too, and the commentary is brilliant. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, those are super fun, but that just made me think of Randy Orton RKOing Seth Rollins. But, at least we're not getting, which we already got again, Randy Orton versus John Cena, which we actually saw last year at the beginning of our show, and we were complaining about it then, too.
Yeah, they wrestled at the Royal Rumble, I think. I think that was the main match. They wrestled a couple of times before the belt. Randy Orton kind of survived that, but yeah, we were complaining about then. Yeah, they tried to reboot it a little bit. But thankfully, that seems like that ship has sailed. So I think the next feud is going to be the Authority versus Randy Orton, which could be interesting. Randy Orton as a face. I think actually those vines actually going so viral and seeing him get like some cheers have kind of turned him that way a little bit. So maybe the WWE's listening to like the internet wrestling community and kind of reacting to that a little bit.
I think honestly, just kind of like running through those scenarios in my head actually would be a great way to push him as a face.
Mm-hmm. And they need more faces too. It seems like.
Yeah, I'm kind of tired of Randy Orton being a heel. He was just a whiny bitch.
At work when he had the belt, but when like he was kind of like second fiddle to Lesnar and Rollins and Triple H and stuff like that, he was kind of like, yeah, he didn't need to be like that whiny little heel anymore.
Gosh. Oh well. So now we're gonna get Authority versus Orton. What else is going on Raw?
The big announcement. They announced the main event for Survivor Series. Drum roll, please.
Ooh.
I hear voices.
It'll be a 5-man on 5-man elimination tag team match between the Team Authority versus Team John Cena.
Really?
What was that? What was that pop? What was that pop? So yeah, John Cena. Sidebar to that sidebar. John Cena he wants a piece of Seth Rollins because he cost him. I guess he cost him the match against Brock Lesnar at Night of Champions. So he's kind of holding that beef together. So he wants it because he lost to Dean Ambrose on the Raw before Hell in the Cell, and the winner got a match with Seth Rollins. So Dean Ambrose beat John Cena thanks to just some distractions, and he got the match with Seth Rollins at Hell in the Cell, and John Cena had to settle for a match with Randy Orton at Hell in the Cell instead as a consolation prize. So I think John Cena's kind of feuding with the Authority. Stephanie McMahon came out the other day on Raw and tried to convince John Cena to join the Authority. John Cena said, hell no. He'll never sell out. He'll never give up.
Loyalty, respect, cheese pizza.
Yeah, hustle, loyalty, respect, cheese pizza, and Fruity Pebbles.
And Fruity Pebbles, exactly.
I can't forget all the sponsors. So yeah, I guess that's the match. That's going to be the main event on Survivor Series, only on the WWE Network for $9.99.
Whoa. Hey, and don't forget to go to tagmeadate.com if you're going to subscribe for $9.99 to the WWE Network, because at tagmeadate.com, hey, you can find a date for wrestling.
You can find
night.
a date. Yeah, and you
First
can
month's free.
You can working that back in.
First month's free.
You can't argue with that. That's all. I mean, there's so many good dating sites out there, like Plenty of Fish. What's that? Match.com. What's that? eHarmony. Why not have a pro wrestling one, man? Where I heard his he told me the profiles. Like you fill out like instead of like what's your favorite color, what's your favorite food, like you fill out like you're wrestling, like what's your favorite match, what's your favorite like wrestler, like stuff like that.
Man,
so
that's cool. You get to pick a wrestling name. I was looking at the website, man. It's actually really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat, man.
You know,
it's totally cool.
If you're hearing voices in your head, well, bring a friend over. Maybe that's time to invite a date over.
Yeah, Monday night, dude. It's like the beginning of the week. I mean, make it a date night, dude.
Yeah, don't
have a case of the Mondays. Make it a date night.
Make it a wrestling night every night, because on the WWE Network, although you can't watch every episode of Raw like they originally freaking advertised, what you can do is if you want to watch ECW One Night Stand in 2006, you can do that.
You can. You can rewatch WrestleMania 30 and all that good stuff too, man.
Absolutely. So what else is going on in Raw? So we have the hot cheese pizza angle. We got some Survivor Series action coming on.
Roman Reigns weighed in on what happened at Hell in the Cell.
He's back, right?
He's not back. No, he's via satellite still. So he is still injured. He's not back. I heard rumors he's going to not be back till December and January.
Ooh.
So I don't know. Maybe those are just bad rumors, because you just never know wrestling rumors. So hopefully he comes back sooner, because it looks like they're setting up a feud of him and Seth Rollins.
What about Daniel Bryan?
Daniel Bryan, he actually tweeted out a picture that he was in San Francisco the other day. And San Francisco is where they're holding the next WrestleMania 31. It's going to be at the new San Francisco 49ers Stadium. He tweeted a picture out there. He said he hopes to be back. He says that seeing that picture, seeing that stadium kind of motivates him to be back by the time WrestleMania 31 comes around.
That'd be cool if we get a picture, hint, Daniel Bryan, if you're listening to this podcast. You should go visit Chicago. Eat some ice cream with some vegan ice cream.
Why?
Because he's a vegan, dude. I'm pretty sure he's a vegan.
Punk connection. Yeah, Daniel Bryan is a vegan. Yeah, I'm pretty sure from my Totals Divas intensive research.
That would just be cool, man, if we got a tweet of him and CM Punk. I don't know. I think that'd be cool.
Another rumor I heard is that Chris Jericho is trying to get a hold of CM Punk, and CM Punk is like not talking to any like wrestling people right now. He's kind of like in isolation, which is kind of hard because he's married to AJ Lee and she's on Raw every week. So weird. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't think CM Punk's ever coming back, or he might come back, not for like 2 or 3 years though. That's what Chris Jericho said, because he took a break, I guess, and took like a 2-year break, and then came back. So,
man, CM Punk just needs to go to TNA.
TNA's not even gonna be on TV like by January, man.
Hey, man, don't say that. Even though
when's the last time you watched TNA? When's the last time you watched TNA? TNA apologist over there.
It was a while ago, man. They don't have like a freaking network thing.
You don't have cable. Yeah,
you don't have cable, man. Like, it's even hard for me to watch ROH, dude.
It's confusing, man. It's confusing because they changed from Thursday to Wednesday, and I always forget. I wasn't gonna watch it on Thursday because it already has like Thursday Night Football or just Thursday night whatever shenanigans. just catching up on DVR stuff. But then they moved it to Wednesday, and I always forget about it now because now we're recording this on Wednesday, and I completely forgot about it. Too late. Forgot to record it. Damn it.
Man. Let's
All
see.
I know is
I
that
don't
Bobby
know,
Lashley's still the champion. I think he's
I'm
feuding
okay
with Bobby
that.
Roode.
That's actually really cool. I
Yeah, I
like
can be
Bobby
cool with it.
Roode, man. I really like Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode, if you're listening to this podcast, I really like you, man. I think you're cool.
Thumbs up, man.
Thumbs up. You're doing a fantastic freaking job. And despite what everybody says about the promotion, I still like it. And you make it cool. You make it exciting. So keep it up, dude. Seriously. Props.
I'd like to see him in ROH, so that'd be cool.
That'd be freaking sweet.
If he came down to like ROH one day, that'd be awesome, man.
Oh, man.
And James Storm, that'd be cool. That'd be fun. What else happened on Raw?
What about Ziggler? Tell me about Ziggler.
Ziggy's. He's a Intercontinental Champion still. He had a great match, a 2 out of 3 falls match with Cesaro at Hell in the Cell.
Ooh.
It was the first. I think it was the first match of Hell in the Cell, dude, and he won both falls. He beat Cesaro 2-0, but it was a really good match between him and Cesaro. That match and the Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins Hell in the Cell match, which was the main event. Man, those two matches, like the bookends, the opening match and the end match, those are sweet, man. I would just get the network whenever you get that network again. I'd go back and watch those two matches from that pay-per-view. You could probably skip the rest, but that's pretty sweet. So Ziggler's looks like he's gonna be part of Team Cena at Survivor Series because him and Cena were talking in the back. Then Ziggler got in trouble for that, for talking to Cena in the back, so he got booked in like the co-main event of Raw versus Kane. But he pulled out the win. And then Kane and I think Seth Rollins were beating him down, and then John Cena came out and made the save. So Ziggler's a face. He's the IC champion. He got a win over Kane on Raw. Got a win over Cesaro at not Night of Champions, Hell in the Cell. So he's on an upward trajectory.
Good, man. It's about freaking time.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So,
and I'm just glad too that he's. I saw an article on Cage Side Seats that said that the way he's talking about Cesaro is really helping to put him over.
That's cool, man. I'm glad those two could play off each other, man, because they both can go in the ring, and they didn't really have a feud before because they were both like heels at the same time, and since Ziggler's been face, he hasn't really got too many matches with Cesaro. So I hope they continue with that, but it doesn't look like they're not. So Ziggler's gonna go maybe join the Authority feud. So hopefully, I don't know. Can't think who else is gonna be on Team Cena against the Authority, but
Zack Ryder.
I was just thinking to say Zack Ryder because at times Zack Ryder and John Cena teamed up against Kane, the monster, and Zack Ryder got pushed off.
Yeah, dude. What was it? Was that was that a message? Was WWE sending a message that they just wanted to bury Zack Ryder?
He was in a neck brace in a wheelchair and he got thrown off the stage. He hasn't really been seen from since, except for like Royal Rumbles and like Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royals, but he hasn't really done anything since then.
Man,
I don't even think he's on NXT or anything, like doing anything down there. So he's just been like on a holding pattern.
He needs to go to ROH, dude. People would love him.
Would they? I don't know, man. It kind of seems like oil and water, man. He's really like cartoony, and ROH is kind of more like Young Bucks, Red Dragons.
Ooh, Red Dragon. I tried to find that match. I think it was War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
Where the freaking double super kick to tombstoning your own partner.
So great, man. I haven't really caught up with ROH lately. I just know Kevin Steen's down in NXT.
Yup, dude.
So, that's sweet, man. That's gonna be. I can't wait when he debuts on NXT. I haven't watched NXT in a while either, so I don't know what's going on with that.
I hope they make like a cool little faction. You know what I mean? Like him, Sami Zayn or Zayn, and I don't know whoever else is freaking coming or came from ROH. Or just them two. I don't give a crap. But just like, you know what I mean? Like, it'd just be cool. Like, I just want to see those two do something cool together, you know?
Yeah, definitely, man. They had so many fun things to do in ROH and on the Indian scene. So it'd be cool to see them reunite in NXT and either team up or have a little mini feud because Zayn's probably going to get called up pretty soon. Probably, I don't know, pretty soon, but probably by next year, I assume.
Hopefully. That'd be freaking sweet.
So,
Let's see. We had. Oh, actually, let me check something out here real quick. Let's actually take a. No, never mind. No, we got about 7 minutes before break.
Okay, good, because we can talk about one more thing before the break.
All right,
Because the big swerve of the Dean Ambrose Seth Rollins match. A brief Cliff Notes version for you. So they start out. The match starts out with Dean Ambrose climbing to the very top of the Hell in the Cell cage with a kendo stick and just waiting for Seth Rollins to come and get him. So he was basically telling him, bring it on. Seth Rollins is like, I'm not going up there. I'm not climbing 16 feet in the air and fighting you on top of the cage when you have a kendo stick already in your hand. So the new, not jabronis or the new authority lackeys or henchmen are Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury. I guess they're wrestlers, but I'm not really too familiar with them. But they're guys dressed in suits. And they'll come down and break up any fights or stuff like that. And I guess Triple H sent him down there to go get Dean Ambrose off the top of the cage. So they're climbing on top of the cage trying to get Dean Ambrose, and they get beat up by the kendo stick, and then totally get dominated. But then Seth Rollins sneaks up behind Ambrose, starts beating him down. So it's 3-on-1 Ambrose versus Mercury, Noble, and Rollins. Somehow Ambrose wiggles his way out and knocks out Noble and Mercury, and then Rollins is climbing down the cage trying to get away, and they both climb down the cage together. They're on the side of the announce table, so you know what's coming. They're climbing, they're fighting, they're hanging on, they're climbing down a little down. They're not halfway down, maybe 1/3 of the way down, and they're hitting each other against the cage, bashing each other, and then Dean Ambrose just wails away on Seth Rollins for a good few seconds, and Rollins falls, Ambrose falls, Rollins falls through the Spanish announce table, Ambrose falls through the main announce table, and they both break. So wow, the bell hasn't even rung yet, and these two guys are both laid out. So it's an amazing start to the match. So they get the stretchers out. Rollins is in a stretcher. Ambrose is falling in the stretcher. Two different stretchers. Ambrose breaks out of his stretcher. Rollins is close to the Titantron, ready to get wheeled away, and then Ambrose jumps off his stretcher and pushes Rollins back down the ramp and knocks him off his stretcher, and then the match starts. And basically, it's a classic Hell in the Cell match. Ambrose locks the door. It's completely locked, so they're completely locked in there. But so it goes back and forth. They trade finishers, and just as Ambrose is about to hit the curb stomp on Rollins, the lights go out. And the lights go off for a good minute,
and you
don't know. Yeah, you don't know what happens, and you're "What did my network feed get broken? What happened?" And next thing you see is pop up is Bray Wyatt in the corner, in the Hell in the Cell, doing his little thing where he bends back and looks at you.
Oh, creepy, dude!
Ambrose is laid out, Rollins is laid out, and Wyatt just talks to Ambrose, and then it fades to black. So you're what? What happened? So I guess the new feud is Wyatt versus Ambrose. I don't know why Bray Wyatt, I guess, is not with Luke Harper and Rowan anymore. He's just by himself.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's feuding with Dean Ambrose.
Man, weird, dude. That's I don't know. I still love Bray Wyatt, but it's I don't know. It's kind of why, dude?
Yeah, he interrupted one of the great it was Ambrose and Rollins were doing a match of the year inside the Hell in the Cell, and then just swerve, hard right turn. I don't know where Bray Wyatt what? I was not expecting him at all to come back, and for they've just been showing vignette little videos of him on Raw for the past I don't know 5 or 6 weeks. They're basically just through the videos they were showing that the Wyatt family's breaking up. Basically, is what they're trying to tell you.
Oh yeah, because they had that video. I remember seeing the promo with Luke Harper. Or no, mm-hmm. Luke Harper, where he
he had one of his own. Yeah.
I don't know what's happening with Eric Rowan, but I kind of got that feeling that they were kind of going their own separate ways.
Yeah, so it was totally it was totally weird, totally out of left field. Wyatt by himself attacking Ambrose and basically just ruining the main event of Hell in the Cell. But
yeah, that's kind of really, the impression I got was man, don't ruin it.
Yeah, I think more people were upset online that were man, we wanted to see Dean Ambrose is about to finally get Seth Rollins, get him back, man. He's been trying to do this for like the last like 4 or 5 months, and he's about to hit him with his own finisher. And nope. So now Dean Ambrose on Raw, he basically was pissed and he called out Bray Wyatt, and Bray Wyatt was just on the Jumbotron or on the Titantron. So I really don't know what happened with that or where they're gonna go with that, but so I guess that's a little side feud for Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt. So I mean, it's gonna be amazing. Just think of the promos. Like it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be an amazing feud, but it's just like still a good feud like you're a little confused about right now. Kind of reminds me of last year at this time, playing with that our 1 year anniversary like angle right here is when Bray Wyatt started feuding with Daniel Bryan. It was kind of like what? Because remember we wanted Daniel Bryan to.
That's
we wanted him to
right.
we wanted him to get the belt. We wanted him to beat Orton. That was everyone's like the part of the goal. And then Bray Wyatt kind of interrupted and had a little side feud between Bray Wyatt and Daniel Bryan. Bryan joins the Wyatt family briefly for like 2 weeks, and then they had that awesome moment where he breaks free from the Wyatt family inside I think it was inside a cage or inside of Hell in a Cell. Had that awesome moment.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so it kind of reminds you a little bit of that. Dean Ambrose playing the role of Daniel Bryan here, and Bray Wyatt playing the role of Bray Wyatt.
That's a good observation. I didn't even think about that, actually.
So it could be a really cool mini feud. So let's see what happens between. Because we've got 2 more pay-per-views. We got Survivor Series, TLC. No, not TLC in December, and then January is Royal Rumble. So once January hits, man, it's all the way to it's just the road to WrestleMania. So.
Well, if anything, it's probably just going to hype up more of the Ambrose-Rollins feud because you want resolution with that. They can't leave it where it's at. You know what I mean? Ambrose will always have a bloodlust for Rollins. You know what I mean? Like that's just what he wants, you know? But I think my prediction right now, I'm saying it on the anniversary episode.
Bum, bum, bum.
You're definitely going to have a Rollins versus Ambrose match at WrestleMania.
Oh, but will it be for the belt? Will it be for the Money in the Bank title? Will it be like, oh man, there's so many different directions that can go for that.
What would be cool is, well, what may happen is you might get freaking John Cena versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE title.
I hope not.
At WrestleMania 50 million. Like, dude, I'm hoping what would be cool, and I'm just going to throw this out there, is let's say Rollins does win the title.
Okay.
Somehow between wherever and wherever the road to WrestleMania, and then it's Ambrose versus Seth Rollins. No interference, nothing. It has to be settled, and it's for the belt.
Nah, that'd be amazing, man. Because it's the way they put on such a good match in the Hell in a Cell, dude. You could tell they've been feuding like on the indie scene. In NXT, they feuded, I guess, for the belt too. Yeah, so they just have such good chemistry in the ring. So it was such a good match. Such a good match.
Man, that's awesome. Well, hey, let's actually take a quick break, and then when we get back, if there's any little crumbs that we got to finish up with Raw, we can. But we'll go into kind of a recap of our year,
breaking out the cake, the pie, and the cake pie and party favors.
Straight up. Thanks for listening to the Bros Before Elbows podcast. Be sure to check us out on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Just search Bros Before, the number 4, Elbows. We would love to keep the conversation going with wrestling, so send us your thoughts and feedback. Email us at brosbefore, the number 4, Elbows, @gmail.com. Welcome back to the Bros Before Elbows show, the anniversary episode. Not quite 365 days, but that's all right.
we're late by about 20 or so, but
27 days. Cream of the crop.
I'm trying to look where we recorded our first episode.
I think it was October 18th.
Yeah, I think you're right. The pilot episode. Yeah,
I had to look something up before, and I was like, "Oh, that's the date."
Yeah, so we were close. We were close. Yeah, man. It's been a wild, wacky year, man. You weren't a married man last time we were.
No, I was engaged. I was a young pup.
You're a young pup, man. I didn't. Phoebe, my youngest, wasn't even born yet. She was just in the womb, just hanging out.
Yeah, so it was just the 2 boys, just the boys.
Yeah, just the boys, and just the boys. So crazy, man. So I think we covered pretty much everything on. Unless you see something, I think the big angles we covered. Cena versus the Authority, Dean Ambrose, Ziggler, stuff like that. Yeah, I think we pretty much covered everything from Raw. So we could just look into the happy anniversary of Bros Before Elbows if you want.
Man, absolutely. Hot news angle. Or news hot angle. Hot news.
Angle.
Hot
Angle
pizza.
news. Angle news hot. Yeah. So I gave like a rundown of some of the episode titles that we came up with and the episodes we did. Episode 2, The Miz sells orange juice. Remember Miz?
What a jabroni at that time. He was doing Miz TV.
He was at his lowest point, man. He was.
And then they were just like, you know what? You can just do some promo work at a Costco. Here's some samples you can hand out.
Yeah, we keep you around, Miz, just so you can go open some grocery stores and be the guy who hands out the samples with the WWE shirt on.
Yeah, exactly. Kiss some babies, shake some hands,
sell some orange.
Yeah, sell some OJ. Just don't be here.
Oh man, that was funny. That was episode 2 of the Bros Before Elbows show. Man, now the Miz has come so far.
Exactly. I was gonna say now he's got Mizdow.
He's got his own personal stunt double that follows him around, Damian Mizdow, and now they're popular. I mean, Miz is still like the hated heel, but Damian Mizdow, he's just getting cheered by the fans. Like they love it. They can't even on Raw, like they lost to the Usos, and like the Miz like threw a fit, and then Damian Mizdow had to like pretend to throw a fit too. So it's just like he just copies what Miz does. He just does it like. He amps up the drama in it, and it's just hilarious, dude.
Oh my goodness!
Good kid. It shows the goodness of Miz being a good heel, like from Hollywood, and then Damian Sandow just being able to put any role you put him in, he can kind of roll with the punches and do it.
That's what I love about it, man. He can be any gimmick, dude, and he proved it. It wasn't he like a Subway employee or something?
Sonic. I think he was a Sonic employee for a couple episodes. Yeah, when him and Adam Rose had like a little mini like feud because Raw was sponsored by Sonic for a couple weeks.
Man, Adam Rose, that name. You know, we had an episode that we talked about like who do we think from NXT is going to be worth a damn, and I thought it was going to be Adam Rose, but no, I totally don't even know what happened to that guy.
I picked Bo Dallas, and Bo Dallas got. Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of Bo Dallas, he got not buried. He got beat down on Raw by Ryback.
He's back.
He's
Meat
back,
Hook
and
man.
And he's a face. I mean, that's what it seemed like. He beat up Bo Dallas, and he got on the mic. He says WWE needs like a hero right now, and he says like I've done some pretty messed up things in the past, but I'm here to do like right now. So the Ryback is back, man.
Poop eye.
Yeah, good old pink eye, man. So I don't know what he looks like physically, if he's still been doing like those crazy deadlifts and working out like a madman, eating at Chipotle like 7 burritos at a time, like feed me more. But
man, was that 2 years ago when he fought CM Punk?
I think last. Man, I'm trying to think. Remember we had like the streak, and then I think it was 2 years ago when he wrestled Mark Henry at WrestleMania and he lost, which is kind of like a big deal.
Man, that's just crazy to think like Ryback has been around for that long and it just doesn't really seem like... I mean, he was prominent for a little bit when he was just this unstoppable force. Mm-hmm. But now, like, man, that's just... But it's cool to see him back is what I'm getting at. It's cool to see him back. So
yeah, he's getting a reboot, man. I think he definitely needed a reboot because he had his time and then he kind of fell off a little bit. And, now he's getting a reboot. So he's gotten a chance trying to be a face again. So
yeah, if you're going to reboot, that's really cool. What you can't do if you're going to reboot is you can't be like the Shockmaster.
No, that brings us to episode 4, the Wait Who's the Shockmaster episode. I don't know how we got talking about the Shockmaster in that episode, but we relived all his glory, him falling through the thing. I don't know what with it. Like he had like a sparkly vest.
He had a stormtrooper helmet.
It was spray painted with like glitter. And like his voice, he wasn't even talking. Like his voice was like coming from like someone in the back with a microphone, like behind a curtain, speaking for the Shockmaster. So they didn't even trust him to speak for himself. Such a goof, dude. He's such a goof. And like the big thing about it, I think he was supposed to be like the surprise like team member. It was like Sid Vicious, British Bulldog, Sting, all his faces, and like their surprise like 4th member of their clique, their group was the Shockmaster. He just fully biffs it. He falls down, loses his helmet in his big debut. Oh god,
it's ruined. It is shattered. It is shattered in mere seconds. the course of time could have been totally different. We could have a different president. You know
Dude,
what I
we
mean?
could have been if he walked through that wall and it was like a badass and like like actually had some presence. Yeah, it could have been a totally different timeline. It could have changed wrestling history if the Shockmaster wasn't such a goofball.
Oh my goodness, you know, and I just love the fact that Sting like gives him such this huge endorsement.
He did. He totally hyped him up, man. He's like, I don't know who they're feuding with, the Four Horsemen or someone.
Just
but,
wait till you see the Shockmaster.
And we found out through the power of Wikipedia and Google, the Shockmaster was Tugboat, aka Typhoon from the old WWF.
I think he still had the same beard. There's like a quick moment when the helmet falls off
Is it really?
that you can see a little bit of beard, so it exposes the truth.
His body shape's pretty much the same too. He's still shaped like a tugboat. So.
Oh my goodness! And then actually, so after episode 4, we actually started doing some interviews.
Yeah, our first interview, man, in episode 5. And who was our first interview with?
That was with Gino Marasco.
Snaps, man. Snaps in class.
Did it? I said his last name right.
You said it right. You said it right, man. You didn't botch it. You didn't botch it. Yeah, Gino Morosco, head of CageSideSeats.com. The whole community at CageSideSeats.com has always been very supportive of the Bros Before Elbow show. Even from our first infant days, where we didn't have like our audio right, we didn't have like a good timeline. We were just kind of like flying by the seat of our pants.
They gave us a home.
Yeah, they gave us a home, man. They gave us a push, man, and they put us on the front page of their website, and it's such a good website for pro wrestling, and I always go there like every day just to check out, see what's going on in the world of pro wrestling. Even if I miss a couple episodes of Raw or miss a pay-per-view or whatever, I can still catch up with CageSideSeats.com, and they've always been really cool with us.
Absolutely, and you want to know what's actually pretty cool, too? I just wrote a paper for school, and it was all about PR and all this stuff, and I actually wrote it on Impact Wrestling.
Nice, dude.
And I was talking about like how like they're trying to get this they're trying to renew the network. Dude, I had like 50 tabs open all from Cage Side. But here's the thing though, it's like you know, I had to use sources and stuff, but it's like, is that a legitimate website? Here's the cool thing that I found out is I was able to just go in the TNA section because they have it broken down by section, and I was looking at dates because it had to be from within the last year. So I started with like January news, and it's actually pretty cool. If you go through the archives backwards, you can kind of really begin to connect the dots of like the storyline and like the picture and kind of like you get a cool frame.
You go suck down a wormhole of like wrestling news and just like catching
absolutely.
up with everything. Yeah,
but
easily.
Even in the articles themselves, it was like there was one where I found it's basically like Paul Heyman talking about what his thoughts were that TNA signed Rhino and Tommy Dreamer and basically was like trying to reboot ECW. People saying ECW at a TNA show. And they have links in there, so it's like his interview with Grantland, like, click on it, and then boom, it takes you directly to the source of where they got it from.
Yeah.
I found that to be extremely credible, and that actually really helped me just on my research. So, mad props to them. That's just to support that they're an awesome, awesome website. That is the case for a multitude of different reasons.
Yeah, they totally hustle every day, always posting news, and they're totally on the grind, dude. So we got to appreciate that because me and you, we're always on the grind doing stuff too. So appreciate hard work and the stuff they do. And that episode 5, if you go back and listen to it, it's the most profane episode of Bros for Elbows history.
It definitely is, but Gino's a solid guy. Like that sums him up. Like listening to him on the interview and then, reading his posts and reading his articles on Cage Side, it's like, yup, that is Gino. He is his own breed.
Definitely, man. And then after that, we had episode 9, the CM punking Bryan episode. It was actually in the heart of WrestleMania season for WrestleMania 30. So I think that's why I looked through like the numbers and stuff. I think that's one of our most viewed episodes. Was the CM episode 9, the CM punking Bryan episode, mostly about CM Punk and Daniel Bryan and just how far they come. I think from their days in the indie scene and how they were having huge feuds heading into. I think it was probably Royal Rumble or maybe after Royal Rumble. I don't know when that episode went up, but that was a good episode, and I guess it was one of our most popular episodes.
Man, that's awesome! Heck yeah! See, it's growing.
It was growing. Like, you can see it going up the hill, man.
Yeah, dude, that's super cool. And then I remember, then we started talking about my prediction of when and how the belt would, or how the World Heavyweight Championship belt would disappear. And then I was saying,
I think you were unifying the belts at that time. Yeah, that was a big deal, man.
That's exactly. And I was saying during that time that the way that they should do it was Sting was supposed to come back.
Your great hypothesis, your great fantasy booking.
My fantasy booking, this is my Russo booking, is Sting comes back and ends the streak.
Oh, man.
I remember we were talking about how would the streak end, and none of us would ever know that Brock Lesnar would come.
No, it's still months away from that. We never would have thought that. Yeah.
That was not even a gleam in our eye, and not even a thought in our brains. You know what I mean? But then the question came about, well, how would you do it? How would you break the streak? And that came into episode 10, where it was the 6 spears and 5 tombstone episodes.
Great. Yeah, that's the only way you could beat the Undertaker after what was it, 21-0 or 22-0. You would have to do something spectacular like that, like hit him with like 6 Roman Reigns spears. I think we picked Roman Reigns or Sting or some kind. It was like a triple threat match, something like that, versus the Undertaker for some kind of title versus the streak. And you'd have to hit like 6 spears, and then like you hit him with his own finisher 5 times, and then maybe he'd kick out still. Just to tease it, just to kick out.
Man, it was a play-by-play, and that was so much fun.
It was Roman Reigns, and he hits a freaking spear. Oh my God, he hit the second spear. 1, 2, oh my God, he kicked out. Oh my God, the Undertaker kicked out. He's getting up. The dead man is awake. He's trading blows with Reigns. Reigns is taking the punches. Reigns gives him the push back, and then Undertaker kicks him in the nuts. And then he picks him up, tombstone freaking pile driver. Oh my God, the place is on fire. Oh my God, 1, 2, oh my God, he kicked
I don't know how Joey Styles snuck in on the mic for that, but that was definitely one of the great moments of play-by-play in Bros Before Elbows history. If you want to go back to listen to play-by-play moments, go listen to episode 10.
It was great. It's fantastic. I dream of that every night. 6 spears and 5 tombstones. 5 tombstones,
dude,
man.
I couldn't go to sleep after we recorded that episode that night, dude. I was like sitting up there thinking, I was like laying in bed, like looking at the ceiling, and I was like, I can still not get that image out of my head of that play-by-play, man. You kept me up for like an extra hour after that night, man.
Because you need resolution. Your brain needs
I needed resolution that night, and we were still like 2 months away from WrestleMania. It was ridiculous, man. It was ridiculous. And then it's episode 13. 3 or 4 episodes after that episode 10 we were talking about was the Ultimate Challenge episode. We talked about the post WrestleMania 30, and we came to grips with the Ultimate Warrior passing away like a couple days after WrestleMania 30. So that was like kind of like more of a somber episode because we didn't do our normal intro. It was kind of like more subdued, and it was just kind of weird because I think every wrestling fan kind of like went through the same thing. It was like, wow. We saw Ultimate Warrior during WrestleMania weekend, during the Monday after WrestleMania on the Raw afterwards, and then the next day, Tuesday, he passes away. And I think we recorded that episode on Wednesday or Thursday. So it was just a crazy hectic week from high of highs on WrestleMania 30 to the low of lows, finding out the Ultimate Warrior passed away on Tuesday. So
yeah, man, rest in peace, Warrior.
Yeah, man, that was rough, man, because he was still so young, man. He had his wife and he had his 2 kids with him all weekend. It was rough, man. And on the W Network, they had a great documentary of they put up like I think a week or 2 after he passed away. Just like they followed him, followed the camera around for his Hall of Fame weekend and for him at WrestleMania, and it was just cool seeing him behind the scenes interacting with like Hulk Hogan and Vince McMahon, Triple H, and everyone just paying respects to him and. It was good, man. It was good, and it's so super sad that he passed away.
Yeah, but it seemed, that was definitely brings the mood down episode, but definitely a respectful episode too. So that's something that you go in the archives and listen to. That was a great, that was a good episode in itself,
Yeah, for sure, man. Then continuing our interview series, one of my favorites, man. Totally, this came out of left field. We discovered this documentary on Twitter about Portland wrestling, and then through that Twitter and through that documentary, there was a Kickstarter called the Forefathers of Portland Wrestling that were trying to get started a documentary all about Portland wrestling and the history of it. And Matthew Mers, the director, writer, everything man behind that documentary, he was gracious enough to come on one of our episodes and totally talk about, basically gave us a history lesson, right?
That's exactly what I was going to say. That is a in-depth things that you didn't even know about came through Portland, and this guy knows pretty much everything about it. And to this day, he is still pushing hard for the forefathers of Portland wrestling. I mean, this guy does not stop. Matthew Mers is on a mission, and he is doing a damn good job of getting the information. And he's super knowledgeable and super friendly. I mean, we could have given him,
cool dude.
Yeah, more than an hour to speak, but my goodness.
Yeah, man. Yeah, totally. It just we could have made that like a 3-hour episode easily, man. I think it was probably like 90 minutes. It was one of our longer episodes, but it was totally worth it. Totally, it's kind of a standalone episode, and you can go back and listen to that anytime and just learn all about some of like the early territory days between pro up in the Northwest, and just how everything happened before like the WWF went national, and it's just super cool. All the old school wrestlers that passed through Portland, and it's a good little snapshot in time of a sector of pro wrestling. It's a super fun episode, one of my favorites.
Heck yeah, man! Heck yeah! Super kick! Super kick! Oh my God! Super kick! Super kick!
Steve Carino made a guest appearance. The magic of audio. Another one of my favorite episodes is episode 16.0, the Super Kick episode. It was after after we both watched ROH War of the Worlds with New Japan Pro Wrestling, one of the best pay-per-views of the year. Super underrated pay-per-view. We both watched that, and we were both super geeked about that. So we talked about that and some WWF and some WWE and some TNA stuff as well. But that was a super fun episode, man.
Super kick! Hey,
so
check
many
this
super
out.
kicks, man. We had the super kick vines before Randy Orton had the ROKO vines.
Wait, what? There's super kick vines?
I don't know if there are, man, but I'm saying we were starting that viral trend of super kicking people and super kicking your friends, and everyone getting super kicked on that episode. It was great.
Okay, so here's what you got to do. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
You're gonna open up your last laptop or go to your desktop computer.
Okay.
Right? You're gonna type in www.tagmeadate.com.
Okay.
Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna make your wrestling name. You're gonna make your profile. You're gonna get your first month for free.
Awesome.
You're gonna get a date. You're gonna sit on the couch or your futon or your love sack or your chairs or your milk crates or your pizza boxes, and I don't care.
Okay.
You're going to download. You're gonna find. You're gonna pay for. Because I think you can only pay for it, which is totally worth it to pay for. But you will download and get the War of the Worlds, and you will enjoy with your date the Young Bucks versus Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish.
Oh, man, what a great way.
You will be blown away, and it will be one of the best dates you will ever go on.
Oh, definitely, for sure, man. It'll be super romantic. Dim the lights a little, man. Just get some your favorite snacks, man. Maybe cook a nice dinner for your date or something like that. I mean, get in the kitchen, get to work, and man, it's just like a great icebreaker right there, man.
Super kick! A night
And then
filled
you'll
with
be yelling super kick
kicks.
before the night's over.
Oh my gosh, there's so many super kicks in that match. It is architecturally sound with super kicks. The infrastructure and bones of that match are welded together with super kicks.
It's built on a foundation of super kicks, and it's just the right amount. It's some architecture, perfect right amount, perfectly placed there, perfectly placed here. And if you move one thing, and the whole thing could collapse on top of itself. But man, it's just one of those engineering masterpieces.
The things I've seen in that match are just they just blow me away. They just absolutely blow me away. So go to tagmeadate.com, get a date, and watch
the super
War
kick
of the
of
Worlds.
it.
Watch that specific match, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish versus the Young Bucks, and you will lose it. You will lose your mind. Your mind will melt from your ears and your nose. It is that good.
I gotta go look up some ROH stuff after this.
Sometime
this week.
So good.
Just to see that, man. Just to see what they're up to. And then we're up to June because I know this is June because we're out here for your birthday, man. You came out to Arizona and we recorded a special Bros Before Elbows the movie episode.
We exposed our faces.
Oh man, I know, man. The luchadors were unmasked. It was traumatizing for some kids. I heard after that episode, they thought we were both Mexican or something. I don't know. But yeah, man, Bros for Elbows the movie. Check that out on YouTube, and you can see us interacting at our news desk from the Bros Before Elbows Phoenix studios.
That's awesome. That was so much fun, man.
That was super cool, man. Just recording in front of a camera and talking about that. And man, you're out here for your birthday, and it was fun, man.
That was a good time. I don't even know what we talked about in that episode. I have
no idea. I have no idea. That was episode 18.0. So I don't know what's going on in June. Probably something about Money in the Bank or something like that. But yeah, man, we got a goal for the show maybe to record one of those in Portland before our 2-year anniversary. It'd be fun. It can be done, man. It can be done, man.
Absolutely, it can be done. In fact, I wanna, this year I definitely want to do some new segments and some new fun things that we have
for sure,
in the show,
man.
And so I think, yeah, man, absolutely doing another movie episode is huge, and then also too, man, I know we talk about like our predictions and stuff. It'd be cool to, remember those because I can't freaking remember them. They just
I know, man. I was trying to go back. I had some notes in my phone, like on my little notepad from WrestleMania 30, and then we predicted some main events of WrestleMania 31 and 32. We tried to do all that. We got to get writing those down or put.
Yeah, man, it'll be definitely some new fun things coming up for the next year, and that's definitely going to be one of them, including more interviews. And in fact, our last episode that we did previous to our 1-year spectacular
Was with the one and the only Rockin' Ricky Gibson.
From Portland, DOA, what is he? Not the absolute champ, or what champ is he?
He's
Do you remember?
The pure champ.
There you go, the pure champion, and he's still the pure champion. I heard from what you tell me.
He is. So the last time we spoke to him, he was in a triple threat match against CJ. I think it was CJ Edwards. I assume his name was CJ, and then Joran something.
Yeah, he's a triple threat match with two guys. Two
guys. I feel terrible. I don't remember their names, but. It was CJ and Joran. That's all I know. I don't know. It was two guys. It
was a month ago. A lot changed in a month, okay?
Hey, man, a lot can happen in a month. But what the important thing is
Rockin' Ricky Gibson
was in that match, takes a gnarly bump, gets set up for a doomsday device, but winds up taking a tornado DDT, lands on his dome, and then somehow dives to the ropes, wins the match.
Beautiful.
Becomes a pure champion. And then he was saying that he had to defend his title a couple more times after that said match. So he wound up defending his title, I think, twice now. Mm-hmm. And he's still the pure champ. In fact, I was at The Rock Pizza, Woodstone Pizza, Woodfire Pizza over in Gresham here. Actually, it was really good. It was definitely really good. We went with some friends that brought Liz. And as we were leaving, guess who was there?
No.
Rockin'
Ricky Gibson. Living
Gibson.
the rock and roll lifestyle, eating the wood fire pizza.
Wood fire pizza, bringing out his lovely lady, hanging out with some cool friends. But he was definitely rocking, and he was definitely Ricky Gibson.
That's beautiful, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. That was a fun episode, man. Go back and listen to that episode just because find out about all about indie wrestling and just on that grind, man. Ricky Gibson, awesome.
Yeah, not only will
totally
you
cool dude
support some indie wrestling, but you're also supporting Portland Pro Wrestling. Even better, 2 birds with 1 stone. That's our community that the Bros Before Elbows is giving into. We want to foster that community of independent professional wrestling and pro wrestling in general.
Exactly. Oh man, that Portland DOA commercial you recorded for the episode's pretty horrifying. It still haunts me at night.
It was cool, man. That was super fun. Just messing around with some goofy audio effects, and heck yeah, that was a blast episode. So upcoming for the next season 2.0 of the Bros.
Season 2 of Bros Robo. Yeah, exciting stuff, man. Wrestling community connections, man. Through Twitter, through Facebook, through just talking on it's everywhere, man.
We've made a lot of friends.
We have, man. The whole community at KHIC East, man. Anyone who's ever commented or liked our posts we put up there, awesome.
Thank you. I don't post enough on Cage Side. I really just I'm a lurker.
I'm a lurker too, man. I used to be logged into my phone, but my phone kept like unlogging me out, so I kept like fighting with my phone. So yeah, I've just been lurking the last couple months, but yeah, I gotta start posting on there too.
Lurking hard.
Lurking hard or hardly lurking.
I don't know why that was really funny, but that was really funny.
We have those moments that occasionally on Bros for Elbows.
Oh my goodness! No, but seriously, Gino and everybody else at the Cage Side seats, we got some cool fans. We get posted on the front page, and we interact. More interactions coming with season 2.0.
Beautiful thing. Yeah. And also, a new site and a new clothing company we partner with, the Gods of Wrestling, man. Remember, they were one of our first sponsors.
Heck yeah, man! I still got a ton of flyers that I'm giving out.
Yeah, they made a badass flyers. One side's Gods of Wrestling, other side's Bros for Elbows show. A beautiful Oscar Cloud is over there. He's the designer, the main designer over at Gods of Wrestling. He's just amazing graphic artist, great, amazing graphic designer. He did our logo actually too as well. So you can thank him for that as well.
Mad props to Oscar. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Totally cool. And then also on Twitter, we found one of our fans, one of our main fans, one of our huge supporter, always been really cool of us. A sister of Elbows, I guess, is Mia Tyler.
Hell yeah, amazing artist, amazing painter. Her artwork is all over her Instagram, all over her Twitter. And she's just a huge WWE fan, a huge WWE nerd, just like both of us.
Yeah.
And she actually reached out to us, or no, she actually tweeted about us saying that she really enjoyed the show.
And we were like, what?
And that threw us a curveball. So, it goes to show you the world's not, it's big, but it's kind of small and it's kind of wild. And the internet's just this open, vast ocean of stuff and things and
pro wrestling shows and hot dog recipes and everyone's and cool art and
yeah, you just never know, like when you're on your ship, just who exactly you'll share the open seas with. But she's retweeted our stuff, she's chatted with us, she still chats with us, like it's just crazy. So we want to give a shout out to you, Mia Tyler. You freaking rock. For
sure, man. Sisters of Elbows out of Boston. Great artist. Thanks for your support. And another guy who retweet us on is Darren Young, man. Darren Young of Primetime Players fame.
Millions of dollars. That was that was a huge retweet for us, man.
That was, man. We had like maybe like under 10 followers at that point, and he was gracious enough to retweet us, and he's totally cool, man. He's on the comeback trail, and I think he's gonna come back probably before the end of next year from injury, so he's gonna get a reboot with his character. So props to Mr. Darren Young, man.
Man, heck yeah! And the roster only gets bigger because Mrs. Dixie Carter retweeting at us. Over, I think it was one of the holidays, but she told us to do a shot of whiskey. We said she should do a shot of whiskey too, and she appreciated that because she's a Southern lady and she knows Bros for Elbows. Heck yeah, nice Southern belle that likes to drink some whiskey.
We could definitely appreciate that. And another dude down at NXT, Simon Gotch. I don't know if you've checked out him on Twitter. He's super cool to interact with. His persona is a strong man from the 1920s, and he holds that character on Twitter, and he's super cool with us, and he'll always retweet us if you tweet at him, so that's really cool.
Heck yeah! And then we got Kevin Steen, the hot dog foul-mouthed. Kevin Steen.
Another super cool dude on Twitter. Cool, you tweet at him, he'll interact with you, and he's been super cool with us too. Just tossing out questions to him on social media, and he's tossing out questions back. So another dude on Super. So congratulations to Kevin Steen being on NXT this year. So that'd be cool.
And not only that, but I won a freaking free copy of Final Battle 2013 because of.
I remember that. That was around the holiday season, right?
Yeah, man, that was my. I had to do a pun on his name, and it was Kevin. Oh man, Anheuser or something, or
Steamroller or something.
Yeah,
Steamroller? Yeah,
Kevin,
that was great.
Kevin Steamroller or something like that.
That reminds me. I won the cage side seat Royal Rumble game because I picked Batista as my number. So and Batista won the Rumble. I remember that episode where we talked about that. We both won something in the span of a couple of days, which was amazing.
Yeah, dude. Heck yeah. Hey, man, just goes to show, bros before elbows are a bunch of winners.
Basically, we touched on Matthew Mers and his awesome documentary and his support. Ricky Gibson as well, super cool dude. Super cool wrestler. And ROH Beauty, Mandy Leone, follows us on Twitter. She's tweeted at us, and so she's doing her thing in ROH, so we support her.
Heck
so
yeah, we support her. Dude, ROH, step back. Step back. Oh my God, step back.
You got to drop that audio somewhere in here, somewhere in this 1 year anniversary episode. Another wrestler on the Chikara scene. I'm not. I need to be into more Chikara and their wacky band of misfits. They're wacky. I don't even know how to say his name, but Orphandine Cobra. I don't even know how to say it.
Ophidian Cobra.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. He's on Twitter. Him and his a lady friend are both Bros Before Elbows fans on Twitter, and she designs all his costumes and all his cool all his cool luchador Cobra masks. So thanks for supporting us because we support Chikara and we support you guys.
Heck yeah!
Oh, man, whew. A lot. There's so many other people to thank, but I think we covered the majority of them.
Yeah,
but
of course, we want to thank all of our fans, anybody that's ever posted on our Facebook page, of course, people who have tweeted to us, or retweet us, or view our YouTubes, or post to us on wrestling forums and websites, and even checks out our website, www.brosbeforeelbows.com. You know, we want to thank even all of our sponsors that we've had, everybody. You know, really, this show is designed to be fun, and my brother and I, we have fun doing it, and it's really fun to be able to include everybody else who's been a part of it to be a part of it. So, you know, thanks a lot. You know?
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. Thanks. It's been a year. We wouldn't have done this if it wasn't for one for each other, and then B would be, or 1A would be just for all the cool pro wrestling people we've ran down, just talked about through the episodes, and all the connections we made. That's like really motivation too to keep on trucking, you know. Heck
yeah, we've even made some fun characters too. Like we've talked about Miz selling OJ, but I think one of our favorites.
Oh man, I think he's like almost on the third mic at this point.
Batista Dad.
Good old Batista Dad. Oh my God, he's had a whole couple episodes dedicated to him. He's just our weekend dad that we never had. It's the Batista Dad. Of his cool jeans and his sunglasses indoors, man. It was
his
great.
Belly button tattoo.
Oh, that belly button tattoo. Those track jackets that were like really tight. I don't know why he insisted on getting a smaller meat. He must have ordered from Amazon and they sent him a couple sizes too small, and he didn't have the heart to send it back.
Oh my God, it's too much of a hassle to repackage this. Oh, Batista Dad, but you could just put it in a box. No,
I don't know about you newfangled boxes and I'm Batista Dad.
Back in my day.
Back in our day, we sewed our own clothes. Gosh, how old are you? It's like from the 30s now. I don't know.
What era are you from?
Oh man, a couple other ones I thought of. One of our storylines is our Bros Before Elbows versus iTunes. I thought that because people in cage ride seats always give us crap about not being on iTunes yet. So I thought it's an ongoing storyline that we had to include. Bitcoin Kane was another one.
Bitcoin libertarian politician Kane.
Yeah, that was always when he first unveiled his mask and he became corporate Kane. That really shook us for a loop, and he was a great character too. And then last but not least was this was a really ongoing one for a while. A storyline that kept popping up in the Bros for Elbows was going to the WWE offices in Connecticut with pitchforks and torches. That was like a running gag for, I don't know, at least 5 or 6 episodes straight. But we've kind of cooled off on that. We've kind of poured our torches to the side. But maybe when WrestleMania season comes around, we'll have more excuses to fly up to Connecticut and give them a piece of our mind.
Exactly. There's still time. There's still time. You know, you could always put the WWE Championship on Zack Ryder. That's sure to...
Had him feud a Sting.
Have him feud with... Have that be his retirement match.
Oh, that'd be great, man. That's just tossing ideas, seeing if the WWE offices. Every time we post an episode, they kind of have a meeting in the boardroom. They post it on their post it on their big screen. They listen to the hour and see what they can learn from the Bros Before Elbow show.
Man, I just had this crazy thought. What if they did a retirement match, a gauntlet match, right? It's Sting versus Zack Ryder.
Okay.
Right? It's basically, well, I should premise it this way. It's Zack Ryder versus first Sting.
Okay.
And then if
Zack Ryder loses, does he have to retire?
He has to retire.
Oh my God.
So he absolutely has to win. So first he's got to fight Sting, and then he's got to fight Undertaker. Then he's got to fight Stone Cold, and then he's got to fight The Rock. And he winds up ending all of their careers. They can never wrestle again. That's it.
What pay-per-view is this at? Is that a SmackDown or is that a Slam City?
This is a Sunday Night Heat.
They bring back Sunday Night Heat for one night.
Just for one night. And it is Zack Ryder versus every legend. Shawn Michaels comes back and wrestles.
Despite his back injury, okay.
Edge comes back.
Despite his neck injury, okay.
Terry Funk, Mick Foley.
Despite their whole body injuries.
Zack Ryder, he takes them all out.
He's
the conqueror.
He is the conqueror, man. I like that new persona, man. That's something to build on for season 2 of Bros for Elbows.
Kevin Nash. Diamond Dallas Page.
Oh, and everyone who has ever done DDP yoga.
Everybody.
Scott Hall, Jake Roberts.
Yeah, everybody. Even the people in the films themselves, the people doing yoga. He's got a freaking last ride each and every one of them. Isn't that his finisher? Last ride.
Yeah, Rough Rider.
Rough Rider. That's it. Oops.
last was Undertaker's power bomb. I was gonna say if he starts power bombing people,
that would revive his career.
Yeah, a new finisher, man.
That's what's going to be in store for season 2.0 is reviving Zack Ryder's career.
It's something to build on, something to start on. This is a good way to start, man.
Oh my goodness. Well, let's quickly get to the question of the day. This episode has been jam-packed. Oh wait, what? Is there still more?
No, I have no idea for the question of the day. So I was gonna say we could tap out on it. Maybe move it over to the next episode.
Yeah, let's move it over. This has been a jam-packed, jelly-filled episode of the Bros Before Elbows Cream of the Crop episode year anniversary show.
Dig it. Elbow drop your friends, people. Love
Elbow drop your friends and go to tagmeadate.com. That's what this episode was sponsored by. Can you dig it?
Let's play the music, man, before you have an ulcer over there, a stroke.